If you're playing the gaps and you're Jabari Smith, I have to first be in a defensive stance, which you're not. Your feet are next to each other, and my feet have to be set so I can recover. Look at Jabari Smith's feet. You're going towards the ball on the kick out, wide open. I don't believe that NBA coaches are serious. I don't actually think they believe that drop coverage is anything other than complete garbage. Sengun here can hedge. We're going to push LeBron out. There's no place for Anthony Davis to roll to. Jabari Smith's right and backside help. I could also switch this. Alperen Sengun, Dylan Brooks is going to go underneath. He's going to be fine. He's going to get low and battle Anthony Davis. And then Alperen Sengun can force LeBron to the middle of the floor where there's help. So we can do all of this. Look at this drop coverage. Look at this. This is a comedy. You got to double down here. LeBron is in the paint. Fred VanVleet can easily get down there. That just gets the dribble picked up to help Dylan Brooks out. Jalen Green's instantly rotating the second VanVleet goes down. And then everybody else is going to rotate, and you're going to be fine once that dribble gets picked up. But LeBron's in the paint. There's got to be help. It's just not right. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. This is just complete garbage. I don't actually believe this has got to be like a game or something. Like, Alperen Sengun can easily get up and push D'Angelo Russell out, and you can hedge because Fred VanVleet's standing right there. Look at the Rockets' ball screen defense here. Look at this. You give up a 2-on-1. So D'Angelo Russell's wide open for a layup, or he could drop it to Anthony Davis for a dunk. Again, you're in drop coverage here. The Rockets refuse to go away from drop coverage. So at least Dylan Brooks can get over in the gaps here and get this dribble picked up, right? Because Aaron Holiday has to play from over the top. If his feet are set, he can stunt and he can recover. But it's not fair to Aaron Holiday. Look at this. You're making Aaron Holiday guard from over the top. So now that even when he's back over ready to guard, he's off balance. So it's the most simple, basic drill in basketball. It's the shell drill. You always are rotating to the ball. Okay, you're not standing still. Jeff Green gets in that gap. He can stunt and recover with his feet set. That's the shell drill. It's the most basic drill in basketball. Why is it apparent that the Rockets don't do it? It's mind-boggling. In transition, Alperen Sengun cannot be jogging back to the middle of nowhere. I got to be sprinting and finding a body. That's Austin Reeves. Look at Alperen Sengun here, jogging to no man's land. First of all, in transition, Jabari Smith and Dylan Brooks, you must sprint back to the three-point line. It doesn't matter that you're guarding LeBron and Max Christie across half court. I got to get in the gaps. Now the Rockets are switching. Sengun needs to be up on the switch. Jalen Green must get underneath on the switch so you're in that gap and we can force Austin Reeves into some help here. Look how Jalen Green switches over the top. So the Rockets are in drop coverage. Now Fred VanVleet's going to get in the gaps to get D'Angelo Russell's dribble picked up. It'd be nice if he'd be up the line a little bit more. But Alperen Sengun on this recovery, like, you've got to recover and immediately start battling with Anthony Davis, getting him low and getting him out of the paint. He is inside the block here. Look at Alperen Sengun. Like, I have got to be the one to create contact here. I've got to get him out of the paint. Like, look who's creating the contact. It's Anthony Davis. So it's an instant seal. Just goes beyond the pale of comprehension. If you're Tari Eason, Jayshawn Tate is dropping down to help you. So you need to get up and force LeBron to the middle of the floor where you have help. Look at Tari Eason. Get over there. So LeBron has to go to where your help is. You have no help baseline. Guess where Tari Eason lets LeBron go? I do think NBA coaches are joking about this. They don't actually think drop coverage is effective. Alperen Sengun can get up. You have help right there with Jalen Green. VanVleet's going to switch. He's going to get low. He's going to battle with Anthony Davis. He'd also be in help on that switch. Also, I can scram switch out of this. Jabari Smith can take Anthony Davis, and VanVleet can rotate the corner if you really want to. But instead, look, I mean, you just give D'Angelo Russell practice shots. I don't actually believe that, like, that's what, like, coaches think is a good idea. So off this offensive rebound, Fred VanVleet is coming to help right here. So Dylan Brooks, though, you got to stay in front of Anthony Davis. I mean, VanVleet is coming to help you. Nice. But I got to stay in front, obviously. Like, VanVleet's helping, but look at Dylan Brooks. Now you're trying to gamble or get a steal too? So Anthony Davis will just take the baseline. Jabari Smith away from the ball. Your head's got to be on a swivel. I got to be seeing ball and man at all times. Never taking my eye off either for more than a second. Jabari Smith is staring at the ball for about an hour right now. So now Taurean Prince, instead of being able to lift with him, Taurean Prince is wide open on the wing. So the Rockets are running their stupid moronic drop coverage. Fred VanVleet, if he's getting in the gaps, first of all, he should be up the line and his feet have to be set. You cannot be going towards the ball on the kick out. Look at VanVleet's feet going towards the ball as this pass gets kicked out, not getting out in time. So the Rockets are running their idiot drop coverage again, even though this is another easy ball screen to hedge. Push Austin Reeves outside the three-point line. Anthony Davis has no place to roll to in backside help. If Tari Eason, though, is going to come in the gaps on drop coverage here, I got to be up the line. This is where this dribble has to get picked up, outside the paint. And if my feet are set, I can stunt and recover and get the dribble picked up. Tari Eason waits till Austin Reeves is in the paint. Cam Reddish has the ball in the corner. It'd be nice if Fred VanVleet and Tari Eason would actually rotate to the ball, getting halfway between the ball and the three-point line. This is the shell drill. Fred VanVleet isn't even looking at the ball. You got to rotate to the, you don't stand above the three. Look at this. So now if I'm Alperen Sengun, Anthony Davis throws this ball out of the post right here. That does not mean I can relax. I still got to get low and battle and keep him out. Like, Alperen Sengun is just relaxing here, and then they're just going to go right back down to Anthony Davis, and he's too deep now, and again, like, I do think Ime Udoka's joking here. I don't actually think that he went in this game and the game plan was to allow this. Alperen Sengun can easily switch. VanVleet's already over and help. Dylan Brooks is going to get low. He's going to battle Anthony Davis. He'll be fine. Look at the defense the Rockets run here on this ball screen. Look at this. LeBron James is open. Anthony Davis's role is what? Look at, you just gave up a 2-on-1. Look at that defense. Take a look. So D'Angelo Russell's coming to set a flare screen. Fred VanVleet can easily be calling out flare, 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 so Jalen Green knows to get up and over the top, and VanVleet is in that gap now. Okay, but if you end up switching, you don't need to switch this, but if you switch, Jalen Green has to get immediately underneath the screener. Guess what Jalen Green doesn't do? Get immediately underneath the screener. Okay, so the Rockets actually switch here. Let's just give them a round of applause. Thank you. All right, it's a terrible switch, though. Sengun's got to get underneath D'Angelo Russell immediately on the switch. He switches over the top. Stop. So now if I'm Fred VanVleet, I've got to get low and battle Anthony Davis immediately at the three-point line. I cannot let him get in the paint. If I'm doing my work early, I will be okay. But look at VanVleet, relaxing. So now you let Anthony Davis catch this ball in the paint. By the way, the help is coming from Dylan Brooks. Jabari Smith does also not need to be over there and double. But if he's doing that, you got to X out. Jalen Green's got to rotate to the corner right here, and then Jabari Smith will then end up back on Max Christie. But Jalen Green gambles. That was just, the whole thing was atrocious.